Well, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the O2 Arena here in London. This is the official and final press conference for the big contest coming up Saturday night, broadcast live on Sky Sports Box Office to the world. It'll be brought to you by Eddie Hearn from Matchroom Boxing and Haymaker Ringstar Promotions. And starting Saturday night, London on through April will be the heavyweight capital of the entire world. It all starts with 12 rounds of heavyweight action right here at the O2. And here to tell you more about it, that starts things off with the head of boxing for Sky Sports, Mr. Adam Smith.
Thank you, Michael. We always know when there's a big event with Mr. Buffer in town. The waiting nearly over, a fight that has totally captured the imagination of the wider sporting public because these two personalities have blended the ingredients into a nice spicy mix of entertaining build-up and a real fascination about what happens come Saturday night. I would ask you to please watch your language, boys, today. We are going out on Sky Sports News and all over the world as well. So without further ado, let's get things started. Let's bring first of all in the man who's made this happen, Eddie Hearn from Matchroom.
Thank you, Adam. Expecting a slightly more quiet press conference today, you never know. It was a good fun in Liverpool on Monday. It's been a great fight week, thanks to all the fans that came out on Monday, and of course at the O2 last night, the Indigo, for the media workouts. Our usual thanks, of course, to Sky Sports Box Office, the #1 sports platform in the world, I believe. The build-up to this week has been fantastic. Well done to Ed Robinson and Ross and James Tynan and the whole team at Sky for their work on the build-up shows. Of course, the gloves are off and behind the ropes. All great viewing. Previous fights aired all week, and we can't wait for Saturday night. It's a fight that's got everyone's attention. Everyone's talking about it, and for once, we don't have to do much talking. Thanks, of course, to our sponsors, JD Sport, BetSafe, to Haymaker Ringstar as well for a smooth promotion, and a fight really that has captured the imagination of the entire British public. We can't wait for a huge undercard at the O2 Arena, and of course the big one, Haye versus Bellew, live and exclusive on Sky Sports Box Office on Saturday night.
Thanks, Eddie. Straight over to Team Haymaker and Adam Morley to say a few words. Slightly quieter crowd today.
Yeah, thanks, Adam. Look, it's been a hell of a build-up, and congratulations to Tony Bellew. I think he's a skilled politician who, throughout the last week and the build-up to this, has stayed clearly on message. He's portrayed himself as humble, motivated, hard-working, and he said David's arrogant, lazy, a diva, and he's portrayed it very well as good versus evil, humble versus arrogant. But that's just not the case. It's not true. And there were some sinister undertones about roid rage, which weren't nice, but it's not true. David is focused, he's motivated, he's hungry, he's struggled as much as anyone else. He's come back from 2 shoulder surgeries, and no one is as motivated as him right now. Yes, David said some things in the past week or two that weren't politically correct. He's not politically correct. But he is in full beast mode at the moment, and he's not thinking about what is the politically correct, right thing to say. He's just talking about what is on his mind. And on Saturday night, I think you're going to see Haymaker 2.0, you're going to see what it's all about. And I agree with Tony, we shouldn't be talking about other fights right now. We should be talking about this fight. And after Saturday night, we'll be talking about other fights.
Thank you, Adam. Excellent trainers behind both David Haye and Tony Bellew. A man who's brought the McDonald twins real success. He's been with Tony Bellew quite a long time now. They've got a really special bond. Let's bring Dave Caldwell in for his thoughts, of course, formerly over the other side of the fence too. So it'd be interesting to see what Dave thinks.
Yeah, it's been a good build-up to a great fight. I was just a bit amused by Adam, to be honest, what he was saying. You've known the man 2 minutes, so Tony hasn't portrayed him to be anything. He has been what he is, If we're going to talk about the boxing, he's a great fighter, fast, sharp, but he does have the personality. So you can't deny his personality. It is what it is, and a little bit came out the other day, but it is what it is. Tony's not had to portray him to be anything. You look at this fight, and the majority of people seem to think that this is a one-man band. That's it. David Haye is going to walk out and smash him. There's no surprises to what we've seen so far. It's all been the same as what it's been in the past. I expected him to look ripped, to look light. I said from the beginning, he wasn't going to be big and around 16 stone. I expect him to be lean, built for speed. I expect his mentality to be like the Macronelli fight, where he thinks he's kind of irritated that people actually think that Tony Bellew can win. He was irritated that people thought that Macronelli could win, and he expects to go out there and put on a show and be devastating. But this isn't the Macronelli fight. This isn't the David Haye of those days. And like I've said before, human beings age. Human beings think they can do things that they can't as time goes by. And we haven't prepared for him to be an old David Haye. We're prepared for him to be the best David Haye can be. To be sharp, to be lean, to be strong. But I don't believe that when it comes to it, and you're banking on a couple of rounds, a quick blowout, I don't believe that mentally he's in the right place to take punches back. I don't think he's got the reactions, the reflexes to avoid the shots that are coming back. Bellew's not just going to stand there and let him unload and wipe him out in a couple of rounds. Don't forget, he's going to be punching back. And the David Haye that we see now and that we've seen, little bits of the past, little bits of technical things, it's not the same man that Adam Booth had. When Adam Booth was his coach, he knew him inside out, he knew how to get into his mind. People back behind the scenes like Elliot that was there for him on when he's on the day of the fight, when he's got the doubts, perceives to be a very, very confident man, but he's a human being and he has doubts. So he's going to have doubts for this fight. He's going to be worried about, there's been talks about injuries, and whether there's injuries or not, the fact is, it's a fact he has had an injury and he has had to look after himself to come back from this injury, and he doesn't know how it's going to react. When this fight gets dirty and it starts getting sweaty and punches are bouncing off each other and slipping on shoulders, he doesn't know how things are going to react. He doesn't know how it's going to be. But the bottom line is the aggressiveness and the bitterness that's come out is because he's not. You have doubts when you start feeling the pressure. They're talking about putting the pressure on us. But we're relaxed. We know what we've got in front of us. He doesn't know what he's got. He doesn't know what he can do. And he's not been involved in a big event like this for a long time. Those two fellas that he fought before, it was a one-sided thing. He's not been involved. And when there's 20,000 people in there, and the atmosphere of the fight night, the people that were around him that used to help him and rein him and keep him focused, they're not around now. This is going to be a great fight. And it's a fight that, like Mike Tyson against Danny Williams, might be bumpy for a couple of rounds. Nobody expected Danny Williams to take what Tyson had for a couple of rounds. But then once the going got tough, if you're not in this game for the right reasons, and if you're not in it because you love to fight, if it becomes a fight, you're not happy. And when you start getting battered and you start getting punches back, things don't go your own way. When you end up on the floor and you're looking up, feeling sorry for yourself, the motivation of money doesn't come into it. Every fighter will tell you that. Because you're going to get paid whether you win or lose. Tony Bellew is not in this for money. He's in this because he's a fighter. There's only one fighter that's sat at this table, and that's Tony Bellew.
Thanks, Dave. Let's move on down to a man that's always got a flourishing stable, hasn't he? With the likes of Carl Frampton and George Groves and Josh Taylor, who we really like the look of. And fairly recently has brought David Haye into his life. Shane McGuigan. Shane.
Thanks, Adam. That was a speech, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm going to keep it short and sweet because it's not about me, it's about the fighters. David Haye's, look at the shape he's in the other day. You know what I mean? He's in phenomenal shape. He's light, he's fast. He knows his body. He knows how to go through training camps and not get injured and not overcook it, you know, and make sure he gets in the fight razor sharp, ready. And you know, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm, you know, going to re-establish him. You know, David Haye is a phenomenal fighter. He's an elite fighter. He's a guy that is one of the best British fighters ever to live. So, you know, you got a guy like Tony Bellew, who was one of 14 world champions in Britain, you know, last year. Take nothing away from him, he's a phenomenal fighter, but you know, he won a vacant belt. You got a guy that unified the cruiserweight division and stepped up and has beat genuine heavyweights. And yeah, albeit a little bit, you know, a while ago, and you know, he hasn't showed on recent performances that, you know, what he's capable of. But on Saturday night, you're going to see that, and you're going to see the difference between a world champion and an elite fighter, because there's many belts going around these days, and there's many world champions, and people are getting that title, but you only get a handful of elite fighters to grace this country, and David Haye is one of them. And enjoy Saturday night.
Thanks, Shane. Well, he's a world champion, a world cruiserweight champion after that wonderful win for him at Goodison Park and the defence against BJ Flores. Then we all know what happened. He gets the fight that he's always wanted against David Haye. Tony Bellew, massive night for you on Saturday.
Yeah, it's here now, and I'm looking forward to it. I don't really have that much to say. It's been a long, hard camp. I've enjoyed it, and you know, it's nearly time to rock and roll. There's not much talking left to be done. Let's just see what happens Saturday night. And the main thing is no excuses, because they've been put out there to the media. There's reasons why you guys have heard about injuries and stuff like that. No excuses whatsoever. We all get sore. We all get knocks and bumps. This is the combat, brutal business. It's called boxing, and the camps are hard and the camps are long. Just no excuses. I don't want to hear any of them at all.
That's all?
Sorry, I'd just like to say thank you to Adam. I've been called many things. I think it's Adam. Your name's Adam. It's Adam. I've been called many things over the years, but a politician, my friend, is not one. I'm impressed. I don't pretend to be nothing. I'm probably the most realist person you'll ever lay eyes on in your life. What you see is what you get. I don't know what I've said to you that makes you believe that's not true, but believe you me, everything that I say is true. It's just a fact. It is the way it is. I've never made anything up about David, yourself, anyone else in your team. I'm a straight shooter. That's what the likes of me are called, a straight shooter. I'm not the guy who's surrounded by scumbags and idiots. You know, I'll leave that to you guy. You know, I'm not the guy who's surrounded by cricket match fixers. I'm surrounded by genuine businessmen, so it is what it is. It was just for you that as well, Adam.
So, to the former cruiserweight champion of the world, the former heavyweight champion of the world. I know you believe this is the new David Haye at 36. We saw you last night looking in terrific shape. Ready to go? Want it on now?
Yeah, you know, it's been a long time coming, you know, since my injury, since the rehabilitation, you know, all the doubts, all of the people who didn't think I'd be back to my former glory. You know, I've stayed clean, I've stayed focused, I've looked after myself probably better now than I have done at any other stage in my career. As you said, I'm 36 years of age now. Now, in the past, I could get away with 3 or 4 hours a night, 3 or 4 hours of sleep a night, and still bang out 2 hard sessions. Can't do that anymore. I need a good 9-10 hours sleep if I'm going to push 2 hard sessions out. So I know that. I'm aware of my body now. I'm aware of what works, what doesn't work, and I have a solid team around me that assist me in getting me to peak condition. And I've got this fight right. And unfortunately for Tony Bellew, he's in the ring with, you know, he said something last time we were face to face that, you know, he wouldn't beat the old David Haye, but unfortunately the new David Haye is better than the old one. And people probably think I'm just saying it for the sake of saying it. and it's all about proving it. So Saturday night, you're going to see a real destruction job. Knocking him down for 10 seconds isn't exciting for me. It does nothing for me. You know, he's got under my skin. He's chased me for a year and a half. He's, you know, really, you know, made things personal. So if he wants to do that, I'll make sure he never, ever, ever does that again. And how do you do that? I'm legally allowed to do as much damage to him as I can inflict in 36 minutes. 10-ounce gloves on. If he believes he can stop what I'm bringing, he's in for a long world of hurt. And I hope he does keep getting up. He keeps saying he will keep getting up because he's got a big heart. I hope that's the case, because this is going to be...
I promise you I will. I promise you.
It's been great. And I'm hoping for that. If you don't get up, and make sure your little rat coach doesn't throw the towel in to try and save you for another day.
I promise you.
There's going to be no other day. There's going to be another. There's not going to be another day.
I promise you.
This is the last day for you. This is it. Enjoy your last couple of days.
Okay, no problem.
Enjoy your last couple of days.
You enjoy it.
That's it. It's over.
I'm sure it is. Just don't quit. Just don't quit.
Yeah, you'll make sure your boy doesn't throw in the towel. That's what I'm saying.
No one's throwing no towels here, mate. We don't wave no white flags where I'm from, boy.
Okay.
Just fight.
We'll see.
What we do. As long as there's no excuses, just
I'm in destructive mode. I'm in that vibe. I'm in that nice
you look
place.
beautiful, to be
I'm in
honest.
that nice
Your
place.
hair looks great. You look beautiful.
I feel beautiful.
You look
better than
absolutely
ever.
fantastic.
I feel fresh. My skin's clear.
The
hair's
vitamin D
great,
is
done,
flowing through your body. I've heard it all before, David.
and you'll feel it.
You look fantastic. I'll be honest today. You look good. You look light, but you look good, mate.
You look terrible.
Thank you.
Great, and you're going to look even worse
nice.
when you're
I feel
unconscious
okay.
on the floor.
I feel okay, mate. I'm doing okay.
You're not going to feel okay Saturday.
Trust me, I am. I've heard these threats many times.
I've heard you threaten people
Forget.
as well in the past.
You forget, I've been here and done this many times, David.
Not against a big
Many
heavyweight like me,
times.
mate. Not
I'm
against
sorry
a
to
real guy
inform you,
like
my
me.
friend, but you're not a big heavyweight. A big heavyweight is Anthony Joshua. You are not a big heavyweight. You will show that on the scales tomorrow.
Okay, we'll see.
You are not a big heavyweight. I'm just letting you know, you're a big cruiserweight.
Okay.
If you're a big heavyweight, then we'll see tomorrow.
We will see tomorrow. Can't wait.
Thank you. I mean, I'm impressed. Like I say, you've turned up today. You look smart for once, which is nice to see, and your hair looks fantastic.
Beautiful.
You know, it's been, I've enjoyed it. I enjoy the threats. I really.
They're not threats, it's just what's going to happen. It's just
Okay.
power punching, clean, crisp shots, smash it up.
So if that's what's going to happen, I should start calling you David Houdini, Haye.
Yeah,
The Haye fake.
Houdini, you can tell me whatever you want.
Houdini, yeah. Fantastic. I love it. Can't
Don
wait.
was actually predicted the future.
You know, you just done it, mate. You're the one who said it's happening, so we'll see.
Houdini disappeared like you will on the night, mate.
Nah, mate.
Yeah.
I ain't
You're the
going
one doing
nowhere.
the Houdini, mate.
I ain't
Disappear
going
forever.
nowhere. I'm quite happy where I'm at.
You are now, not on Saturday.
I'm
but
going to be even
downstairs
happier.
in that ring.
You will see me.
Can't run off anywhere
You will
down
see
there.
me walk to that ring with a smile on my face, and you will see me leave with the glory. While you
Go
go
unconscious
into
is
the
glory, then
darkness,
yeah.
go back to the
Yeah, maybe
jungle.
well, there's a lot of people
You are going to go
claiming
into
after
the
tragic
darkness.
things happen,
I
that
just
glory,
can't
they
wait.
leave to glory.
I can't wait to hear the excuses come from you. I really cannot, because I don't want to hear. I underestimated them. I was on a yacht. I was doing this. I don't want to hear any excuses.
You won't be able to hear anything, mate. Trust me. You can't hear when you're asleep.
Trust me, son.
You won't hear
Trust
anything.
me.
You won't see, hear, or
Sleep.
anything. Hopefully,
I'm
you'll
not going-
regain it at some stage, but you ain't hearing it right after the fight.
I am not going to sleep. And let me tell you,
That's
now,
at best.
that
At best,
is a
you're going to
fact.
sleep. At
And
best,
that is a
you got
fact.
to pray you're going to sleep.
Nobody's
The other
put me
place
asleep
you're
in
gonna
my
go to.
whole life.
Way worse.
Nobody's put me asleep in my whole life. And nobody's ever made me quit.
Knocked out. Many people have never been knocked out before. So
Sure you have. Stopped on my feet once and once only. Very similar to you, but
somebody
the
weighs-
difference
by
between me and
someone
you is
50
the
pounds
last
now.
time you got stopped on your feet, you quit. I didn't quit. I got genuinely stopped on my feet. You quit.
Remember that feeling.
Remember that feeling? You've just said you're going to leave me on the floor somewhere. Stopped on my feet or on the floor. Will you make your mind up, boy? For God's sake, make your mind up. You're a walking contradiction, boy.
This is going to feel so good. Oh.
Just keep closing your eyes and pretending you're somewhere else, David. You could pretend you're back in Miami. Or on that yacht. Once again, it's not yours. I live in a fairy tale world.
isn't it?
Fantastic. I love every minute of it.
Oh, so how many hours we got to this fight? How long is it? 2 days? Is it Thursday, Friday, Saturday? Oh, lovely. No more hearing this guy. It's gonna be a great place. So
You're gonna
make sure you all tune in. Sky Box Office.
Yeah.
Saturday night, you're gonna get a great night. Great, solid undercard, lots of entertaining, competitive fights.
You're going to see the end of Haye Faker 2 and the beginning of Haye Faker Point 3. That's what you're going to see on Saturday night. It's like the bleeding Die Hard movies over there. This is bleeding John McClane, this clown. This guy's a
Point two.
franchise. Jesus Christ. Haye Faker Point 2. I've never heard nothing like it in my life. We're just fighters, David. We're just boxers. There's not
I'm the
point
fighter. I'm the fighter. You're just a guy who happens to do boxing.
Yes.
You're the guy who happens to do boxing.
That's not what that green belt says in the house, my
For a
friend.
vacant title against a guy who was 5'7". Really? Really?
7? Not really, no, but at the end of the day, mate, it's a WBC World Championship against the
right.
#1 world ranked fighter. I beat.
And you'll go down as one of the great British
He wasn't
cruiserweights,
just.
right?
He wasn't just anybody. Well, I absolutely slapped your Playboy friend all over the place for the first defence. Was he terrible too? Is he
Punched
terrible?
him clean in the balls, mate.
What's your point?
I've made sure I've got a really solid
Was it-
cut as well,
was
just in
it-
case you try those tactics with me.
Was it the low blow that dropped him 4 times as well?
Listen, when you hit someone in the balls, then you can go and...
David, was it the
makes-
low blow that dropped him on the floor 4 times?
I don't know.
You do know, David.
I
The
don't know.
left
I
hook
know.
left
I
him
saw
on
a
the floor.
clean shot to the balls, then I saw you throwing a load of punches, and here's the date. Yeah, so you probably
So
hit him in the
throw all
balls
the
first.
punches after the low blow, yes.
Yes, correct.
But the low blow.
And an elbow as well, checked an elbow as well. So I like you. I'm prepared for your
Okay.
rough tactics, your low blows, elbows. We know what you bring to the
But
table.
David, you're missing one thing.
Go for it.
The low blow didn't score 4 knockdowns, mate. That's all.
It helps. If I kick you in the balls for a fight, then start punching you. It's going
sorry,
to help the punching.
It doesn't, David.
It is.
A low blow does not score 4
I
knockdowns,
didn't
David.
say it scored for
Your
knockdowns. I
friend
said you
got
got
slapped around and he bitched like
Well,
your
I'll
pop
get
like
revenge
you
for
could
my
do.
friend. Then.
Will
Don't worry
you?
about that. I'll get his revenge.
The only revenge you're
But you won't go down 4 times.
The only
You'll go down
revenge you
1
can
time.
get for them is if you pay for a dance in a strip club where you 2 guys are together, because that's the only friends that you are, mate. Nightclub buddies. That's where you belong. You're just going back to the nightclub scene. That's where you belong.
I might go tonight, in actual fact.
It wouldn't. You've done it before.
Enjoy myself.
You've done it before, David.
Some good
You've
music,
gone
some good
out
people.
before some of the biggest fights in your life the night before.
Yeah, and every single time I've done it, I've won.
Yeah, you have. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Well done.
it might be a good luck
Do you
charm.
want a medal?
Yeah. No, I don't want a medal. I'm just saying,
What
so
the hell?
it's
Who
different people
cares?
live their life in different ways.
We do live our life in different ways. I know what's important to me.
know what's happening. It's a beautiful place
You know
to be.
what's happening? Like I say, Houdini strikes again. Is it Houdini? Is it John McClane? I don't know. Is it point 2, point 3? Jesus Christ.
Houdini's a
so many
magician.
scenarios.
He's a magician.
A magician?
Yeah.
No.
That thing upside down in water and died. So
Time will tell. Time's ticking. Yeah.
David, are you totally injury free? 100%.
yes, as much as any other fighter is before they get in the ring. I'm feeling healthy. I feel fast. But there's no punches restricted. There's no movement restricted. I can throw whatever combination I want. There's no problems. I'm fine. I feel very good. I feel as good as I've ever felt. Before, most of my other fights, there have been issues of some kind. Some of them have been affected the fight, some of them didn't. Just I'm sure Tony's probably had issues. Every fight's a high impact sport. You're sparring hard rounds, you're getting punched. You get niggled, you get knocked, you get bumps, but you work around them, you get your physio, you fix it, and you crack on. And as I sit here today, I've done the trough, and I'm coming out, and I'm coming up to my peak on Saturday, and I'm ready to go. So there's no issues, thank God. I'm very happy.
Your little toe okay?
Toes perfect.
Brilliant.
Toes perfect. I've had it checked twice, and
It's fantastic.
it's great.
Do you feel refreshed, rejuvenated, having had the shoulder up and now you feel this is your
At the time, I didn't feel rejuvenated. At the time, it felt terrible. It was horrible. It was, I'm not sure if any of you had the shoulder operation, but sort of stuck my arm out like this for 6 months, and I could hardly do any other type of injury. So it's quite a low time in my life. But you know, time heals all wounds, and with the right mentality and the right strength and conditioning program and rehabilitation program, it's amazing how the human body can fix itself. And I feel as good as I've ever felt. And I'm just fortunate that I've got such a big stage to showcase, you know, the new version of myself. I really am happy.
And you say it's the new version, the version that you believe will beat any other heavyweight in the world, not just Tony?
Yeah, for sure. You know, but as I said before, I haven't trained to fight Tony. You know, I've trained to fight someone a lot bigger, a lot stronger, faster, who puts more pressure on me. And that's how I've trained. That's how I've trained, and it's felt good. It's been tough. It's been hard. But I've made sure I've balanced the tough, hard training with the relaxation, the chilling. As in the past, I've tried to do too much between training sessions and kind of broken down, a little bit stressed out from time to time. But I've really tried to focus on training super hard and then switching off from training and just enjoying my life. And I think I've got a nice balance, and you'll see the results of that balance Saturday night.
So many fighters say they prepare for 12 hard rounds. Is that what you've done, or do you honestly believe this is a short blowout?
I've trained for 12 hard rounds against a guy who's got longer arms than Tony, who's bigger, physically heavier, stronger, and faster. That's what I've trained for 12 rounds with that guy. I don't believe what I'm hoping that's what he brings. I'm hoping he is that guy that I've trained for. If he is, then we're in for an absolute treat. But if it's anything resembling anything like his old self in any of his fights, then it's going to be real brutal, real fast. But I'm praying, I'm really hoping that he's somehow adopted a new style and learned some new skills and new things, and his reflexes are faster, his defense is better, his leg works quick, he cuts the angles better than he used to do. I've trained for him to do, I haven't trained for him, I've trained for someone a lot better than him. And I'm hoping that new guy turns up. If it does, I'd love to have a nice long 10, 12 round fight. That'd be amazing, because I haven't had one of those for many, many years. So fingers crossed, Tony's coming with his A game.
Tony, David's constantly says he'll knock you out. Will you knock out David Haye?
I'll be totally honest, Adam, I haven't got a clue what's going to happen with him. I just hope once the going gets tough that he sticks in there with it. So that's what I'm hoping for. I would hate for this fight to be somebody it gets rough and tough, and then somebody just goes, I've had enough. That would be bad for the fans. That would be bad for him. Because I haven't got that in me, so that's not going to happen from my part. I mean, David has constantly gone on about how this fight's going to end quick and stuff like that, but then once again the walking contradiction says he's prepared for 12 rounds. So it's unbelievable. Like I say, he just says one thing and then says another, and I think he forgets half the things he says. But listen, I've prepared for a very, very hard fight. I've prepared for the fastest, most powerful version of David Haye. I've got to stick to a game plan, and I've got to be clever in there, because you cannot go in there and give it the opportunities to David Haye within them first few rounds. It just can't be given to him, because he will take it and the fight will be over instantly. So you have to have a game plan. You have to have a backup plan. You've got to be able to carry them out, and I have shown on various occasions that I can follow a game plan and that I can stick to it. So like I said, this isn't my first time on this kind of stage, and it will not be the last, regardless of what people say. I will go out there, I will execute the game plan, and I just hope he's willing to go as far as I am. That's all as I will say. I hope and pray he's willing to go as far as I am. All as I want to do is win. By any means necessary, just win. And then hopefully we go home safe afterwards. That's what it was. This is a sport and a business. And although he says it's personal and stuff like that, to me it's not. It's not personal at all. I've just got to win and claim my glory, and I'm going to do that on Saturday night.
Win, lose or draw, will there be respect between the pair of you after it's finished? First of you, David.
I don't want to think that far ahead, to be honest. You'd have to do something really impressive in the ring for me to respect him. It depends how he fights. If he comes out and gives him and does something quite impressive and gets past a couple of rounds maybe and hits me with a few shots, then I'd have nothing. Of course, I'd have nothing but respect for him. But if it goes how I think it's going to go, then what respect. I don't know. Respect is earned. You don't just give respect to people. It has to be earned. Although he's had a long, illustrious career up until this point, none of it's been at heavyweight. And for him to gain my respect as a heavyweight in the heavyweight division, he's going to need to stand in front of me and give me a reason to respect him.
Tony? I fully agree with him for once on something there. No, I am not a heavyweight, but I completely disagree with him on the point is I have to stand right in front of him and do what a heavyweight would do. That is not wise. This is not a game of I hit you and you hit me. Let's see who hits the hardest. This is a game of hit and not get hit. And that's what boxing is about. And that's what I will be trying to do. Believe it or not, I don't enjoy being punched in the face. And I have no intentions of getting whacked really hard in the face. So I'm going in there and I'm trying to get the job done with minimal damage to myself. You know, that's the dream. I mean, the reality is that ain't going to happen. The reality is I'm probably going to get a broken nose or be really sore and stuff like that. But I'm prepared for all that. These are the things that I take into consideration. I understand what he's good at. I've always respected him as a fighter. I think he's an outstanding fighter. I think he always has been. It's just about how long is he outstanding for? And that's the big question. Even in the prime of his career, he can't be outstanding for a full duration of a fight. So I'm somebody who's going to get stronger as the fight goes on. I think that's pretty much a given. And as regards to shaking hands and stuff like that, Adam, I think it's been very disrespectful the way he spoke about the people where I'm from, the things he said he's going to do to me. I just think it's wrong, and if he was to apologise maybe for something like that, then maybe yes, there would be some kind of gentleman handshake or something like that. But I believe he's far too arrogant a man to ever even consider apologising. You know, you've got to remember, this is the guy who's throwing a punch at me at a press conference. So, you know, with no gloves on, highly dangerous thing to do, and a very stupid thing to do. Something I've never done at a press conference ever before, so it is what it is.
Finally, prediction time. David first.
I'm hoping, really am hoping. I've put a lot of hard work in. I trained hard for many years. I've worked with Shane for over a year and a half. A year and a half now. I had a fight last January 2016. May we was training for a fight, so September, December. So we had consistent training for the whole of 2016, and really progressed, really improved fight by fight. And it would be nice to have an opportunity to showcase a lot of the stuff that we've been working on in this fight. So what I hope happens is Tony saying he's going to hit and knock it, hit great. That sounds great. If he can chuck a few puzzles at me, make me work for it, make me, you know, overreach. I don't know if he's going to try. Hopefully he's going to try and. Hopefully I have to think in this fight. But what my gut instinct says is I go over there and just let off a vicious barrage of punches. First one stuns him. The next 3 or 4 finish him off. And I can't see it any other way. I'm really hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping at the end of the first round, it's like, yeah, we're in a fight here. Second round, we're still here. Great. It's all this hard work, all these graft, all these long sessions I've done are for a reason, because it can be a bit anticlimactic knocking someone out early when you put a lot of the hard work in for a whole year. I'd love to be able to showcase what I've done. So, but if you ask me for a genuine, realistic prediction, unless he's had some sort of brain transplant and a chin transplant and a body transplant, he's getting knocked out really quick, really quick. As soon as the first shot glances the side of his head, he'll realise it's a whole different sport he's involved in here. So that's my prediction is a spectacular, violent knockout. Showroom knockout. Showroom knockout is what it's all about. Not just, you know, stopping him on his feet or if his corner throwing the towel. and get stopped by Stevenson wouldn't give me any satisfaction. You know, he needs to be out properly.
Tony?
Just a win, Adam, for the, you've got to remember, this is the first time in 5-6 years this guy's going in against someone who punches back. So, you know, I'm hoping for a really good, hard fight, and I think we'll get one for 4 or 5, at a push, maybe 6 rounds. And then I think we will start to see a shift and a change in pattern. And let's just hope, like I say, once again, I know I'm harping on, but for no excuses and no injuries, or I can't come out for this or I can't do that. That's just, best way to say it is, may the best man win. I hope you stay healthy from start to finish. Simple as that. May the best man win. We will see. Understand this time, I am not a punch bag. I am not the maggot, and I am not the clown who learned to box through YouTube. A world champion. Let's just remember that.
May the best man win. The stage is set. Make sure you watch the countdown shows over the next couple of days. Loads more on Sky Sports News, on skysports.com. The last bit of hype before these two get in the ring on Saturday night. We cannot wait. Thanks very much.
You have to come back, guys, because these are coming down. These are coming down.
Sorry? Down that way, but it's one way to get some shots. Can't get that picture back. Go back. Right, straight to me, please, straight to the front. Straight here, guys, please. Straight here, this one. Tony, this one, please. Tony, here, please. In the middle. This one here. And now straight to me again, please, guys. Thank you. Now one more. Last man standing.
Tony. Go on, Tony. Go on, Tony. Tony! Tony! Go on, Tony!
Come on, Bobby.
Tony! You guys are about to break the record right now. 4 minutes left. 4 minutes left. That's it. Amen. Go on, Tony! Go on, Tony!
Go on, David, smash him in his chops.
Listen to that clown. Go on, Tony! Listen to that girl as well. The club is open now. Go on, Tony!
Come on, Bobby.
Go on, Tony! Yeah! Good fight. This is a good fight. Yeah.
Hope you gave him the game plan that you had with me.
Huh?
Hope you gave him the same game plan.
Oh,
Keep pushing.
listen, man.
Sit down with him and work your game plan with him.
Your fight's over me, man.
I'm saying, hope you gave him the same game plan.
Go on, David.
You was just as confident you'd beat me.
Go
Remember
on,
that.
Dave. Go on, Tony.
It's only me and you.
Too hot, man.
Definitely don't know. Especially that left one. That left one definitely doesn't lie. Trust me, it doesn't. Your left eye doesn't lie. I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. The left one doesn't.
Yeah. You've been living a lie. It's all gonna come to fruition on Saturday, boy.
That's it.
Living a lie. Living a lie.
Go on, Tony.
Don't come to Saturday.
Yeah, on this camera.
Yeah, we didn't swear either. Hey, there's got to be some sort of record that.
I'm still got tomorrow.
Get a nice text from Ofcom today.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, as loud as this.
This is what we do.
Yeah, man.
I'll catch you.
Yeah, I'll catch you later.
I'm just going to give you my play. You should come see my play, fam. Sorry. Right, you know.
I'm going to bring the daily papers.
Oh yeah, easy to do. You have to deal with it. I understand.
No.
Can't keep Mariah waiting. Can't keep Mariah waiting.
Just keep people away from it.
Yeah, I'll meet you around there. Okay, cool. Can I get through those? Big bat, just go to him. Big bird? Big bat. Hello, Big bat.